इज ओल्ड गोवा ट्रुली प्रोटेक्टेड? कारण थंय एक बंगलो बांधला विदिन द वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट प्रिसिंग जो तुम्ही पळयला आसतलो. दॅट बंगलो इज ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीट. दॅट इज द बिगेस्ट वायोलेशन आय थिंक इन द होल वर्ल्ड where a bungalow is constructed within the World Heritage Site of UNESCO. Now when you look at Old Goa, आम्ही या लेटरान हो इतिहास दिला, हिस्ट्री दिल्या की Old Goa is not only Portuguese period. Old Goa has pre-Portuguese period. Old Goaची हिस्ट्री जर पळयली जाल्यार इट वॉज कॉल्ड एला, आणि एला ताचे आमकां रेफरन्स मेळटा रायट फ्रॉम 11th सेंचुरीचो राजबीद जो कदंब राजा जयकेशी वन हाणें बांदिल्लो राजबीद, दॅट इज कनेक्टिंग द सेकंड कॅपिटल ऑफ गोवा गोपकपट्टना टू ओल्ड गोवा. सो 9 किलोमिटर्स वयर एक लॅटराइट रोड आसा. That road which was built by Kadamba King Jaikeshi I in 11th century connecting the two ports Zuari and Mandavi, that is totally violated. ताजेर डामर घाल्लो तेन्ना आमी ताजेर आंदोलन केल्लें. थंय ते डामर घाला, थंय बंगले बांदतात, थंय लॉट ऑफ डेव्हलपमेंट इज टेकिंग प्लेस. मागीर वयर म्हणजे देर इज ओल्ड गोवा विच इज ऑन टॉप ऑफ द हिल एंड देर इज ओल्ड गोवा विच इज डाउन. So what I am talking right now is pre-Portuguese Old Goa. So थंय military barracks आसा, underground palace of सौंदेकार आसा. सौंदेकार राजाक जो शेल्टर दिल्लो पोर्तुगीजांनी, underground palace, that palace is still there, lying in a totally neglected condition, but it is there. If you go inside Kadamba Plateau भितर जर गेलो जाल्यार you will find the underground palace. मागीर 12th century ची ब्रह्मपुरी जी कदंबा क्वीन कमला देवीन बांदिल्ली ताजे अवशेष असतात. फुडें मागीर ताजे फाटल्यान गोरक्ष मठ आसा विच वॉज लेटर ऑन यूज्ड बाय द पोर्चुगीज एज गॅलोज. मागीर थंय एक आर्क आसा, फोर्ट आर्क, विच इज स्टील देर. 16th century चॅपल आसा वयर भितर सारकें, व्हेरी व्हेरी ओल्ड चॅपल. नोबडी मस्ट हॅव सीन इट. प्लस वेल्स, टँक्स, पॉन्ड्स, लोटस पॉन्ड्स ऑफ द क्वीन्स. सो बिकॉज इट वॉज कॉल्ड कदंबा प्लेटो बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दीस रिजन. Then there are many things that the Portuguese and एक फोर्ट बांदिल्लो तो आसा वयर, आणि big fortification wall around which करमळे जर तुम्ही पळयले the wall gate can be still seen. So all around Old Goa it is top. There are so many heritage things. There are fort walls, there are several things there. But ते वयले जे आसा ते notify जावना, it is not enjoying any legal protection. So it is free. Builders are free. तेन्ना आमी PWD कडे इन्स्पेक्शन करून घेतिल्लें आनी ते स्टॉप केल्लें. मागीर मोट आसा व्हडली खंदक, दॅट इज बींग फिल्ड अप बाय द बिल्डर्स. सो एवरीवेर सो द टॉप ओल्ड गोवा विच इज कॉल्ड एला, इवन डावन दॅट इज एला ओनली, दॅट एंटायर थिंग. आनी थंय गार्बेज ट्रिटमेंट प्लांट येवपाचो आशिल्लो. वेन देर आर 7 churches and convents which are under World Heritage, plus there are many other churches and chapels also on the hills. There are 7 hills of Old Goa. Their hills are crowned by churches, and in the vicinity a garbage treatment plant is supposed to come. That's a big andolan we had done that time. So ashe itle violent kiosk buildings people are constructing all over. Okay, ata arsenal je tenna आमी वाचयल्ले, there is Elvis बाबान योगेशान वचून थंय आंदोलन केलें. थंय कॅनन बॉल्स मेळ्ळा, आर्सेनल दॅट फूल वेर द वेपन्स वर बींग मेड. दॅट आनी प्लस यू हॅव मॉन्युमेंट्स ऑफ द आदिलशाही पिरियड. आदिलशाहचो फोर्ट वॉल इज देर. आदिलशाहज फोर्ट वॉल इज देर. आदिलशाहज फोर्ट पॅलेस सायट इज देर. मागीर द टेम्पल्स दॅट वर डिमॉलिश, ताचे कदंबा हिराचे टेम्पल डोरवे आसा, द कदंबा लायन इज देर ऑन दॅट. Where Adilshah's palace, Kadamba lion asa, मागीर ते gods and goddesses तो दरवट आसा next to the Catetan church, and next to it is the big bungalow which is there. So complete violations after violations are seen in Old Goa. That is why Elvis Bab, myself, Yogesh, Avertin Bab, we have written a letter to the central agency, because this issue has to be taken to the center now. Because ASI हांगा आसून, Goa State Archaeology आसून, पंचायत आसून कितें फायदो? Violations are seen every day in Old Goa. Old Goa कदंबा टायमाचे जाले, मागीर आदिलशाचे ते हेडक्वॉर्टर्स आशिल्ले, मागीर पोर्तुगीजांनी घेतले फ्रॉम 1510. In 1530 Old Goa became the capital. It was called Cidade de Goa, Rome of the Orient, Pearl of the East. It was described variously. Before it was shifted to Panjim, Old Goa was the capital. Old Goa म्हणजे वेल्या Goa. To distinguish it from Nova Goa, that is Panjim. So अशे historically rich plus houses of Fidalgos, कितल्योश्योच churches, Basilica, Say Cathedral, Rosary Church, Anthony's Chapel, Saint Augustine Complex, मागीर Cajetan Church, Milagres Church, Viceroys are कितल्योश्योच different Franciscan churches, Francis of Assisi, मागीर Saint Catherine Chapel, the first Christian structure that was built in Goa was in Old Goa, and Say Cathedral. अशे साबार churches आशिल्ले, अशे important अशी World Heritage Site today is seeing violations galore. So what is the ASI's role? What is the state archaeology role? What is the panchayat's role? We are questioning this, and we have now represented to the center ministry, central ministry, because it is a World Heritage Site. It might face the threat of being denotified. So we are worried. So that is why we are taking this press conference, and through the media we want to state it very loud and clear that Old Goa needs protection. Old Goa needs master plan.
When the Amasa Act was amended, one important provision that was inserted therein is each state must make their heritage bylaws for the protected sites. Unfortunately, Goa is one which has not made the heritage bylaws for the UNESCO protected site. मागीर आमी illegal construction that should be addressed म्हटलं strategies for sustainable tourism. ह्या आता tourism चल्ला ते चड दीस sustain जावचे ना. That is what we are worried about. How to sustain the tourism by keeping the character of the place intact, the heritage character of the place intact. तो एक demand घातला. Local communities, involvement of local communities, enhanced collaboration and awareness among local communities. कित्याक finally ताजे benefit कितें आसा sustainable tourismaचे, we have demanded that it should go to the local communities. We have demanded that garbage plant has no place there. It should be relocated. And protecting those sites, आता प्रजालन जे म्हटला काय अशो आमच्यो sites आसा which have remained unprotected. कायद्याचे हितून हाडूंक ना. आता युनेस्को साइट आसा ती कायद्यान ASI is responsible for that. पूण बरेचशे artifacts आसा, बरेचशे अशो rich tapestry of the place is remaining unprotected that we have demanded should be protected. So this is written to the government of India. We will follow up on this.
There is absolutely no action except for the issuance of the stop work order by ASI. We had demanded the recovery of the material which was removed from that site. Till today, the material has not been brought back. We don't know where it has gone. We don't know where it is being disposed or whether it is sold, because these are the rich, priceless artifacts which have been taken away from the historical site. We request once again the Archaeological Survey of India, the police, the panchayat and all the Goa government to please investigate where this material has gone and ensure that the material is brought back and the place is restored to its original state. This is very important, crucial, and 1 month has passed. 24th March we had filed a complaint. Till today no action.
सरकार जे आसा आमचे ते समजुपाक तांकां अजुनूय तांकां डिफिकल्ट जाता काय कितें जाता तें म्हाका कळना. They are not understanding that the major part and the portion of the tourists come to Goa to see the heritage and the history of Goa. What makes Goa unique in the rest of the country is the amalgamation of the different cultures, history and the heritage, for which people come here to witness this beautiful amalgamation between the communities and the heritage. So here the administrator itself failed to understand the basic responsibility आणि ताजे खरें म्हाका दिसता गोंयान आनी गोंयकाराक आनी गोंयच्या टुरिजम सेक्टराक हो सगळ्यान व्हडलें दुर्दैव. And I think through this press conference we want to address these issues, that please wake up and don't test the times of the people, the anger of the people, because by then ultimately it's going to be too late.
पण जेन्ना पळय हे मेजर वायलेशन जाला थिंगा अजून पासून ते स्ट्रक्चर थिंगा आहा तो हेत आहा. नॉट ओनली दॅट ती पळय पिलग्रीम विलेज आहा पळय, पिलग्रीम विलेज थिंगा स्ट्रक्चर आहा तो हेत आहा. यू ऑल आर नॉट फोकसिंग ऑन दॅट. तो तुम्ही मास्टर प्लॅन म्हणटा जाल्यार जरी तर हिंगा वायलेशन करूंक जाता जाल्यार तुम्ही मास्टर प्लॅनान कहलो हे
There was a master plan that this issue would not have come up.
Listen, आमचो मास्टर प्लॅन डिमांड आसा तो आयचो आनी कालचो न्हय. इट हॅज बीन गोईंग ऑन, अँड वी आर नॉट द ओनली पीपल हू हॅव डिमांडेड अ मास्टर प्लॅन. People have been demanding it for years together, at least to the best of my knowledge. आम्ही तो रिइटरेट करता मास्टर प्लॅन. आता तू पळय सांगता that temporary structures ओल्ड गोवा एक्सपोजिशनाक घातलेले, if they are temporary of temporary nature is permissible. That is why they were there. Listen to me. Now if they were-
I will interrupt. कित्याक
Let me
लागून जाणा
complete.
तुम्ही पळय थिंगा आसनाला प्रोटेस्ट करपाक गेलेले, तुका दिसता ते टेम्पररी बांधला काय म्हणून? दॅट
No,
वॉज टेम्पररी इन
listen to
नेचर.
me. Listen to me. What is temporary and what is permanent? There is a world of a difference. What is temporary? Because they were permissible, perhaps they were erected. Nobody made an issue out during the exposition. Otherwise, during exposition, this issue should have been raised. Now, having
No.
ना ऑफकोर्स ड्युरिंग एक्सपोजिशन ओके, ड्युरिंग एक्सपोजिशन कोणेच रेज करूंक ना. So you are raising all the other issues. But what's कित्याक तुम्ही deliberate?
I will share this with you,
No,
so you
don't
will
share,
get a
don't
fair
tell me,
idea of
Mama.
what we are demanding. See, don't doubt our intentions.
It is not deliberate. It cannot
Nothing
be
is
deliberate.
deliberate, and we are
Nothing
not-
is
So
deliberate.
it is
It may
happening
be
in-
an oversight on
आता
our
तू
part.
पोलीस
but
स्टेशन
it is
हाडला
not
म्हणटा,
deliberate.
पोलीस स्टेशन केन्ना हाडला? सॅटर्डे, आज मंडे, आमकां कशें कमतले पोलीस स्टेशन हाडला म्हणून?
Yes.
We are not aware. Yeah.
Whenever exposition is held, they used to put up temporary structure of bamboos and all. This time, before 1 month before, they put up a concrete structure.
Permanent structures बाबा ते.
But it is written by ASI that this is all temporary, should be removed or dismantled.
Within 10 days. आता
Within 10
exposition
days.
काबर काम
Now
किती
on
दिसताले?
conclusion of the
Yeah.
exposition.
So what
Now
is
that
the
we
job
are-
of the ASI, the state
Not to
archaeology?
remove.
They are the agencies. They are paid to protect that. They are paid to protect their job. So they are not doing their job. I must say this.
बरं झालं विचारून. So this message will go, and despite that, we will write also to them. Not that you have pointed this out, we will write to the ESI because it is their job. आता योगेशान आताच सांगला, if these agencies cannot do their job, they have to pack off and go because we are paying them. To
They
do this
cannot
job.
do their job. That is why the big bungalow has come. No, a big bungalow has come right in front of the ASI office. So that is so they are paid to do their job, which means they are not doing their job. This is what I can say.